the process difference between pushing static and pushing tension, right? Okay. Static guys are going for reps between 6 and 8. They're trying to load it up and go for 6 to 8 reps. We don't do that, right? Time under tension is more about volume reps with the right amount of tension, okay? So I'll start everybody in a Smith machine. I usually don't advocate for a Smith machine because it forces form. But when we're starting from ground zero, it's a good thing to have. So we're gonna get McKenna into a squat rack because we're gonna focus on hips. When we're in a squat rack with different feet positioning, I can actually start to understand and isolate the hip mobility on her because there's not gonna be a whole bunch of static on her. It gives me the ability to assess where some failures are about to happen with that tension on her. And again, it's very little because we unpacked her traditional movement and we're gonna relearn it from ground zero with tension, okay? So right away, we're just gonna get it warmed up. I'm gonna start to understand, you know, where her weaknesses are on her mobility. We'll go up in tensile strength. We will add some static. And this first session is just gonna be about understanding where we need to focus on for her to get the best mobility out of her hips, okay? You've used this before?
Yes.
Nothing new to it?
Not
okay.
New.
What is new to it is the bands, okay? So I know this equipment really well. Obviously, Life Fitness, we've done a whole campaign towards educating people on how to adapt to Life Fitness equipment, which is great for you now to start understanding. This is a level 1 recon band, okay? So we're starting you on a level 1, okay?
But can I feel the differences?
100%.
I can work with this.
You can work with that. Okay, here, go like this one. There, now you'll understand it. Okay, it feels like nothing, right? Okay, now do this. And do that. Because that's the amount of tension that you're gonna have on each side. Okay? Now, perfect, keep holding on to that because this is gonna be excellent for our watchers. Go here. So she's starting at 4 pounds, go. She's progressing to 20 pounds, right? This is the magic of band training, it's progressive tension. So that's what you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel down low, you're gonna be there. As we drive up, you're gonna be out there. Okay? All right. So for this piece of equipment, I double up a level 1.
Have you ever had a band snap or fall off?
You know, you can never predict. It is rubber. But in my entire career of band training, I have maybe had a mishap with 2 bands. And that's just snapping on the equipment because it was adapted in the wrong way. So it got snagged on something and it sliced a band. You know, I always teach, check your band, use your band, right? So every time I get going, I will check on my bands for snags. It could have snagged in my gym bag, in the trunk of my car. So we always check them first. Once you've checked it and that band is on point, you don't have anything to worry about. Like,
and how long are these bands usually good for? Like, do you, in terms of like, how often would you actually ever have to replace them, or is that just something, the longevity of them is pretty?
So if you don't nick them, these are my 2 go-to bands, okay? These bands are about 7 years old, and I use them daily, and I still use them today. They're my go-to size, and they're my go-to integrities. So no, you don't have to worry about it. So I'll double up that level 1, I'll get it right up to your bar. Same thing on this side. Eventually what we're gonna do, this is a starting point, right? In the Smith. Now imagine we're 60 days down the road with you and we've started to educate and we've started to strengthen up the hips and we get into a real rack, okay? Different ball game. Because now you have tension and you have support in the bearing and the rods. When we get into a real rack and we do the same setup with tension, it's gonna be all different, right? This is where core engagement comes in. But if I start you there, I don't have the ability to watch the hips because the rest of your body is trying to work on stabilizing itself. That's why I'm starting here and we're unpacking from the beginning. So let's get in there and let's just see what your stance looks like.
Are you sure you don't want to go first?
You want me to get one on? Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
I do. I definitely do.
So what's the fear, first of all?
I think the Smith isn't as intimidating because, like you said, it kind of forces your form. So I feel like I'm not worried about hurting anything as much.
Yep.
And I also not worry about getting stuck at the bottom, which again I think the bands is really helpful in that sense that it's lighter because it's contracting. So I feel like I can get that depth that I want without that weight being at its heaviest.
Yep.
But also getting the power to drive up and still have
100%.
So
what's your fear with hopping into here right now first though? That
judgment.
you want me to do
Judgment.
it first? Okay. I get that.
Yeah.
And this is our first kind of, time together.
Yeah.
I don't only coach strength conditioning.
Yeah.
Like there has to be a component of confidence. There has to be a component of take that ego out of it.
Yeah.
There has to be a component of social awareness and not giving a shit.
Yes.
I'll get in here and squat one band for an hour, and these guys can all stare at me all day long, but it's about me and about my goal. So I don't care.
I love that.
Zero care. I'm here for me and to obtain what my goal is today, this next hour. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll get into it just to show motion and stuff like that, but going forward, if you say no on the first one, I'm gonna drop. Because now your confidence is not there, right? And I won't handle that well.
Okay.
I'm gonna put time into this. You gotta put the time into it and the confidence and say, it's about me, it's not about 40 other people watching me, right? That is where and how we're gonna get to your goal.
Yeah.
Okay, 100%.
No, we're here to accomplish something. Nothing's gonna stand in the way.
The only thing you should
give the same speech to Jay when you tell him to get on a horse next time.
100%. Please do.
Wait
Please
till the
do.
tables have
She's
turned.
gonna be like, "Look, buddy, get in that saddle." I'm gonna be like, "Could you go first?"
Oh god.
So focus on what you see in the mirror.
Okay.
I see me. I'm gonna focus on me, right? Nothing different than a squat. I'll go right to the basics of squatting then. You know the bar sits on the traps, not up on the shoulders, right? Sits lower on the trap. We'll start with just a traditional shoulder width stance.
Yeah.
Okay. I've unlocked, I've come out, no problem. There's no, again, this is a very light band, but it's gonna understand form. There's no fear, I have nothing weight on me, I'm not having to engage everything else. And we're just gonna do slow contractual reps, okay? It's about feeling that tension all the way through, gradually getting tighter and contracting out, okay?
And so you want your heels pretty much aligned with the bar?
This way?
Yeah.
Right. So your spine needs to be 90 degrees,
Yeah.
right? Up and down.
See, that's like I get like, especially on your traditional like barbell squat, like I start getting tilted forward. I have a hard time like getting everything up.
So that's static weight that you're trying to control,
Yeah.
right? It's different.
Yeah.
Okay, hop in here. The only way to get through it is to get through it. Let's go. Breathe, look up. Okay, rack that, but don't move. Put your feet about an inch forward or 2 inches forward. If you are too far back, that's gonna force you to have to do this.
Yeah.
We don't want that. That bar should stay in line back here, right?
Yeah.
If my feet are back here, that weight and that tension is gonna force me to do this.
Okay.
Back engagement, lower back problems, bang, instantly, okay? So put yourself in a foot position where you're just going directly straight up and down with your torso.
Okay.
And don't worry about improperness. That's why we're here, is to pull that to the surface and solve that problem. So don't try and perform in a way that I'm gonna be like, yo, you got good form. Just do you, and let me pick out where we need to focus on. Head up. Always head up. Yep. And we exhale, right? On our up. I'm checking for what's firing, where's engagement. We're gonna unpack it then, ground zero, and then we're gonna build it up that way. Your range is great, like you're almost ass to grass. Don't stop. Engage, drive off the heel, exactly. And contraction.
Just at the very bottom there, right there.
Yep. And contract, yeah, there you go, okay. Okay, so there is some fear. Your body is starting to try and protect itself.
Yeah.
Your knees are starting, I feel like, thing that people have to overcome is what happens to your knees.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started to, because now we're under tension, you're starting to warm up. There's no comprehension on, yo, I'm going down, it feels awkward, oh my God, should I go this way, or am I supposed to keep this way, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's so many factors that come into play. I have extremely flat feet.
Yeah.
So my knees will cave in.
Yeah.
So my knees automatically want to go like this.
Yeah.
I had to train my hips to stay in line so that everything just stays in line as I go, okay?
Yeah.
Not yet, but I start to see you getting to this point, and I feel like you're afraid you're gonna hurt your lower back.
Yeah.
So your legs are starting to question, should I go lower, should I go lower?
Yeah.
I can start to feel my back engage, and your legs start to kind of move out of square.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, that's just what I notice and where we have to work on. So you're gonna do a lot of these reps right now, because that's when we start to exhaust the body, and I start to see where you fail.
Yeah.
Okay? So hop in, let's keep going. And I know you're focusing on form a lot. I can tell by the cadence, the timing, which is great. Focus on the operation of the body. How does your body feel when you're doing that? Right? Like, do you feel like your knees are starting to question you?
No, I can definitely, you can like physically see them start to like quake, and I feel like that's also a huge thing that I'm focusing on when I'm squatting, is like where my knees are. Just like, I feel like they do start to cave in, or they start to go out, or they feel like they're going too far forward.
Yep.
And then I feel like I start focusing on that, and then I lose everything else happening.
Form and focus everywhere
and
goes.
So I guess that is like another thing that I feel like I want to work on, is just like making sure everything like stays connected and everything's fluid, because I feel like things start to get disconnected, and that's like when injuries happen, because your body starts to compensate. Imbalance
happens, you start driving more from one side to the other. Okay, let's not do the bar for a minute. Let's just do some more of these, and then we'll get back under tension, okay? So you see what happened, we were under tension, it looked pretty good, you were getting there, took the tension right off of you, and your body does not know what to do, okay? We need to have that fear gone without tension. Okay, so let's do 5 more of these. Relax. Yep. It's just standing. It's just sitting. It's just standing. It's just sitting.
I feel like I need to just start sitting in chair every day, up and down.
Okay, so my 3 main rules whenever I'm with somebody is, number 1, you come to this place, or you come with me with passion.
Yeah.
You have that. There's fire burning in you to do this, so you have the passion part. The second part is discipline.
Yeah.
Right? Like, be here, be disciplined, do what you're here to do. Don't care what's going on. My discipline is me in this moment, right? Repetition is number 3.
Yeah.
We're doing repetition right now.
Yeah.
The more we repeat this, the more your body is going to understand it. So you're saying right now that you almost feel a little more comfortable?
Yes.
Because we've done 50 of these.
Yeah.
Keep going. Relax your upper body, always. Just sit down. That's it. You look way more relaxed.
Yeah.
You look way more fluid.
You're very relaxing.
You look way more fluid. That's it. Don't focus so much on what it is you have to do. Just do it. Yep.
Yeah.
We just that's a balancing point between your upper body weight on your feet.
Yeah.
We're still doing this, which okay, which is why your toes are rolling out.
Yeah.
Okay, we just have to find that place where it's centered on on your feet, and that'll come. It's okay.
Would you recommend like I know lots of people like to squat barefoot. Do you think that would be beneficial for me?
I do,
Okay.
because I'm flat-footed.
Yeah.
So shoes really hurt my feet if I don't have the right ones.
Yeah.
I'd say we might try that down the road.
You're saying you don't want to smell my socks?
Are you comfortable squatting barefoot? Have you done it before, or is this something new that you want to try just to see?
I just kind of want to try it.
Okay.
Don't mind my dirty socks.
No, let's go.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
These are actually men's socks, because I'm very particular about my socks, and there's a shortage of like good quality female socks.
Yep.
So.
That hurt right away? This back here is more what I'm talking about. That hurt?
Oh.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay. We'll do more exercises for that. This is part of why you're having an issue with the knees.
Okay.
These little supporting muscles are not there.
Yeah.
They are not strong enough to drive squarely up.
Yeah.
So your knees are doing this and they're unsure of what to do. Okay? When we understand what's happening, it's easier for us to solve the problem, right?
Yes.
Okay, so try your barefoot and see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like
Good. Fluid.
I feel a lot.
Good. Do you?
Better.
Planted?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
Okay. Yeah. Drive. Yep, good. Push through the ground. Good. You're pushing right through the ground. Okay, when we drive up, you imagine your feet are pushing through the floor. They're pushing right through the floor. You take a boxing mentality and they teach you when you hit through that person.
Yeah.
Meaning my power is going through you to the other end.
Yeah.
When you drive up, it's the same mentality. Drive through that ground. Okay? Drive. Down. Drive. Breathe. Exhale on every up, right? Keep going. We're going to do a lot of these. So let's just get our mind into that thought. Okay? Yep, let's go.